Hello and welcome to what will probably be the third or fourth video for the day at this rate, but nonetheless, this is going to be the card reveals that we've got so far. We've had a total of 10 cards, including the tokens and stuff, of course, so that's not going to count to the total, but I wanted to get into them because they do introduce the new trait and the new keyword, so I thought it might be interesting to break those down as we go through this video. If you watched my news video, you know what those are already, but starting us off, we have a Desert Pathfinder, a 2-drop 2/2 gold for the new Verdant Conflict set. It is a neutral class, and it does have trait Natura, or Natura. I'm not really sure. Natura sounds right, though. Either way, last word, if there is no allied Naturan Great Trees in play, summon a Naturan Great Tree. Evolve, put a Naturan Great Tree into your hand. Last word, if there are no allied Naturan Great Trees in play, summon a Naturan Great Tree. So this has a basic overall effect. It basically gives you an amulet, as you'll see in a second here, when I make sure I'm on the right window. Here we go. So a Naturan Great Tree is a 1-drop bronze amulet. It is, of course, following the same trait. It then also has the fanfare. If any other allied Naturan Great Trees are in play, randomly destroy one. And then last word, draw a card. So basically this card is the idea that you would have it on board, generate another one, it would then destroy the other one and give you the draw effect, and you continue that on, generating that effect as much as possible. It seems that this Naturan Great Tree is going to have a lot of play in this whole archetype and take up a board slot in a lot of cases to get other abilities and stuff, but it's definitely an interesting one. It's a pretty straightforward gold neutral card, and it looks like we could have a whole new archetype of cards overall coming in, as you're going to want to build decks around this sort of card, and that's going to be really interesting. So then we have Willie Pluck. It is a 4-drop 3/4 bronze card for Swordcraft. It does have a Crystallize, or Crystallize, I'm not sure how we want to pronounce that overall, but either way, this is the turn into an amulet effect, so it goes to a 3 countdown amulet. At the end of your turn, put a fairy into your hand for a 1 cost. That's actually not too bad for a 1 cost amulet, to be honest, considering you're going to generate about 3 or 4 fairies or whatever. And it does have fanfare, put 2 fairies in your hand as a generic effect. So, fairy generation card, actually not too bad, especially with the other cards added last expansion. We could potentially build an archetype out of this quite easily. Then we have Naterra, the Stone Claw. It is a 5-drop 4/4, so playing off the characters from the new expansion's storyline. It's also a Natura card. It does have fanfare. If you have at least 2 fairies in your hand, deal 4 damage to an enemy follower. So again, fairy support card. Fanfare, if an allied Naturan Great Tree is in play, gain the ability to evolve for 0 play points, so an evolve support as well. And evolve, put a Send 'em Packing into your hand. So a Send 'em Packing is a 4-drop spell card. Legendary, of course, as well. It is the token card. Randomly remove all effects on one of the strongest enemy followers in play, except changes to its attack and defense. Then destroy that follower. Add 2 to the number of cards played this turn. So this does also up your count of numbers card played. It will basically destroy anything and remove their effects, excluding Igus, of course, or cards that obviously can't have spell or effects affect them at all in general, which I think Igus is really the only one, but overall, that's pretty decent card for a 4-drop effect. Removing last words will be a big one, I reckon. And having it on the 5 effect as well isn't half bad, especially with a free Evo potential. So I like that kind of interesting play for that. Then we have Fertile Ava. It is a 1-drop spell for Forestcraft, another Natura card. I'm not sure if we're going to see a lot of Natura cards all over, but we'll see. Put a Naturan Great Tree into your hand. If this is your 5th turn or later, recover 1 play point. If this is your 10th turn or later, draw 2 cards. So a nice line of support there. Since these are 5th turn and 10th turn or later, you still get to play it as a 1-drop, so it's nice and cheap. You also, again, get the tree, which you'll potentially need fairly often, and then you'll be able to take advantage of that pretty well. Then we have Belion, Sovereign Light, a 4-drop 4/4 legendary for Swordcraft. It's also a Natura card. It has Ward, Fanfare, give your leader the following effect. Whenever your play points are restored through a card's effect for the first time on each of your turns, put a King's Might into your hand. This effect is not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match. It also has an Evo for recovering a play point and, of course, retaining its ward. So the idea is you play this, get the Evo on it, you get its leader effect to go off, you get King's Might in your hand, which is a 1-drop spell. Give +1/+0 to an allied follower. If an allied Naturan Great Tree is in play, give +2/+1 instead, so giving more buff options, and I'm guessing we're going to get more cards that recover potentially play points to take advantage of this effect, so that could be really interesting for Swordcraft. And then we have Verdant Cursed Sword. It is a 4-drop 4/4 legendary for Dragoncraft, also the, of course, Natura type. Then we're going to have Fanfare. Put a Shadow Corrosion into your hand. Evolve. Reduce the cost of all Shadows Corrosion in your hand by 2. So Shadows Corrosion is a 4-drop spell normally. Of course, with the other effect, you can potentially drop them down to 2. Give your leader the following effect at the end of your turn. Deal X damage to enemy leader. X equals the number of allied Naturan Great Trees that have been destroyed during this match. This effect is not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match. So the fact that this goes off, I think, every turn, I'm judging by that. Give your leader the following effect at the end of your turn, yeah. If you've played a Shadow's Corrosion this match, randomly destroy an enemy follower. So basically, you play Shadow's Corrosion, you get the effect for your leader. You're dealing X damage to an enemy randomly, I think. Oh, sorry, X damage to the enemy leader. X equals the, yeah, so, wow. At the end of your turn, deal X damage to the enemy leader. So a 4-drop that potentially could be play this on 6. If you've played a few trees summoning on that, wow. This effect's not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match. So at the end of every turn, is it? Wow, okay. So you're dealing X damage equal to the great trees that have been destroyed. Okay, this card could be pretty broken if this is incorporated the way I think it is. The secondary effect, of course, is pretty generic, destroying an enemy follower. But the fact that this could potentially just KO your opponent within a couple of turns, or really, really severely limit what they can do, just thanks to the end turn damage, is crazy. So you destroy, say, 4 trees. That's 4 damage to the face. Exponentially increase that by destroying more trees. You can get that up to probably, I reckon, 5 to 8 easily. You're dealing then 5 to 8 every single turn to your opponent's face. No issue at all. Of course, you do have to get this on board and play it out. But once this is on your leader, wow. Okay, interesting. If this works the way I think it's going to work, then this card could be absolutely nuts, of course. So that's really interesting, especially if you're playing this all out on 6 and getting it set up. That could be basically just play it all out. Even with ramp, get it out earlier, play it, use the tree abilities. Wow, okay, so interesting. Definitely strong card. You definitely can't see an issue with it at all other than it being completely powerful, but I reckon there's going to be some kind of balance where there probably isn't a lot of great tree generating cards for Dragon, or the neutrals are limited to only a couple, so you can't go absolutely too nuts with it, but we'll have to wait and see in that sense. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. There are some interesting cards coming up, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot more reveals as the expansion is not that far away. It's only a couple of weeks realistically before we get it, and a little bit over that maybe, and the pre-release is even sooner than that, so we're going to have all the cards revealed probably before that, so expect all of them to come out in the next 10 days or so. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. You will find any information you could ever want in the description below. Until next time, guys, see ya.